Hey there everyone, Captain BEARDZ here, bringing you another Langrisser mobile video. Let's get it. Alright guys, so as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be a character guide / showcase on the girl Chris. Now there's a couple of different ways to build Chris. She's said to be one of the best, if not the best support in the game, depending on what teams you're running. But any one of the teams you can pretty much put her on because she fits on all of them, and this girl is an absolute beast. So let's get right into her classes first. Alright guys, so we're in the classes here. So Chris starts as a battle angel. Now this move is extremely good in the beginnings of the game just because you don't have any access to fusion powers, so that attack and int increase by 20% will give your characters that. When you have fusion powers, that doesn't stack. Now if you still want to run this move, you can, but the only part of it that you're going to get is the second part of it, which is grant immunity to attack and int down, and affects that silence active skills last 2 turns. So that grant immunity and immunity to silence, pretty much, that does go off even with fusion powers on, but you will not get the 20% increase in attack and int if you're running fusion powers. So do remember that guys when you're running strength. And then her path on the left, we'll start from the left here. You get the priest. I highly advise avoiding this, especially because her other 2 sides are way better. Yes, like I said, the same rules apply to this one, is that if you are not running any fusion powers, then yes, this whole thing is going to kick off. She's going to increase the defense. But the problem with this is that if you are running fusion powers, that defense is not going to increase. You're only going to get the immunity, which is not really worth it in the later stages of the game. So if you are going to use runes on her, do not pick up the priest path. I feel like it is very, very worthless. And then moving into her middle path here, which is where I went, which is the Saintess. Now the Saintess gets this passive Faith. Faith is a very, very solid move. 1, because it's a passive, and 2, because of what it does. When attacking, increases damage dealt by 15%. So as soon as she attacks somebody, she's going to increase her damage by 15%, which is always really nice to see. After battle, restores 2 times the caster's int as HP to friendly unit with the lowest HP, not including this unit. So what that means is if Leon just went in there and he did some damage but he's weak, you go attack somebody with Chris, she's going to go ahead and heal Leon if he is the unit with the lowest HP. Now that means, but you got to be very close, pay very close attention to this, 2 times the caster's int. So if she has very low intelligence stats, she is not going to heal as much. So be very mindful of that. Now Faith is very good because it is a passive. That means all you have to do with her is just attack, and then you will kick it off, which is always very good. Now next is the Valkyrie. Now the Valkyrie goes ahead and picks up the Redemption. Now Redemption is a very good move. Now reason why it's a good move is because not only is it like a spell so you can attack from a distance, but also gets your melee soldiers involved too, because attacks a single enemy dealing 1.5 times damage, which is already pretty strong. After battle, heals all allies, but not Chris. Heals all allies 2 times the caster's int. Melee soldiers also attack. So that means if you're using the Exorcist back here, they're gonna throw their weapons or whatever. They're also going to attack with her. So they're not just going to be idly standing by like other spell users do when they have melee soldiers and they're using their spells. And on top of that, this is going to heal all the allies, and it only has a 2-turn cooldown. So this is a really freaking good move. Now one move I'm not seeing here that she actually does have, we'll go into when we get to skills. Alright, moving into the Bishop. Now the Bishop, I believe this is her new area. The Princess is her new area. So let's take a look at the Bishop first. After taking action, magic defense of 1 nearby friendly unit increases by 20%. So this is another thing where I say that if you are running fusion powers, I'm pretty sure that's not going to stack. So I could be wrong on that. If I am, comment down below and let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's not going to stack. I know for a fact though you will get the second part, which is grants immunity to stun, mobility down, and effects that prevent you from being buffed. So pretty good. She can be built in a way that you can be super tanky. If she kicks off any of these moves, or pretty much if any of these moves she's near anybody, they're just gonna get a lot of buffs. They can be immune to pretty much anything, but I feel like her best path is the Valkyrie. Now if you do want to go ahead to a princess to pick up one of the moves in her princess state, I do recommend it. If you have the extra runes, be very smart with that, which I recommend picking up Dispel. Now Dispel is pretty good because it says here it's an assist move, so it's a support move. Active skill, dispels up to 3 debuffs of friendly units within range, restores HP 1.5 times int. So not only if your units are debuffed, not only is she going to strip those right off, she's also going to heal everyone. Now this move is a little busted because it has a 1-turn cooldown. Now guys, that's a 1-turn cooldown. That means if she kicks this off and then just chills the next turn, attacks somebody, Faith is going to kick off, so she's going to restore HP. Oh, and then she can go ahead and hit Redemption, and that's just going to heal everybody. Oh, what's that? My Dispel's back up. So she's going to be consistently, and I mean every turn Chris is up, she's going to be healing. If you see her in PvP, try to take her down ASAP, because she's just going to bring a very badness to you. So make sure you take her down quickly. Now mass attack, another thing that just doesn't stack with fusion powers. The immunity goes through, but kind of pointless. Now that I'm looking at that, okay, yeah, so yeah, this is another thing that's kind of pointless. Now then on her Valkyrie state, I forgot to mention the Retribution. Now Retribution is really good because it's an AoE move, so it deals 0.3 times AoE damage to all enemies within 2 blocks and dispels 2 buffs, so it gives her a little bit of an AoE. I personally don't recommend it unless you only want to go one path. If you want to go one path, then going Redemption, Faith, and then Retribution is pretty good. It's not bad at all. Or you can go, if you open up her path over here, which I do plan on doing in the future, then I'm going to be going Redemption, Faith, and our Dispel, just because I feel like this move here is extremely good, right? Alright, so let's go into her talent here. Now her talent, pretty good. Damage dealt increases by 14%, so she's just going to get that right off the rip. After taking action, dispels 1 debuff from 2 friendly units within 2 blocks, not including this unit, and adds 1 random buff. So again, she's just going to strip off any debuffs off of any of your units, and give one of them a buff, which is really good. Now wait, hold on. 1 debuff from 2 friendly units within 2 blocks and adds 1 random buff. Alright, give both of them a buff, okay? So usually she only gives 1. Alright, but after taking actions, dispels 1 debuff from 2 friendly units within 2 blocks, so not including herself, and adds 1 random buff. So pretty good. She's going to strip right off the rip, and then she's going to add a buff. Alright, so her talent's really good. Nothing too crazy there. Now her skills here, which weirdly I didn't get to see discipline in her upgrade class there, which is strange, but besides that, we'll go over here. Now discipline is a move I think she gets in the beginning. I think you class her up a couple times and then she gets it pretty early on. Attacks a single enemy, dealing 1.5 times damage. After battle, restores 20% HP. Melee soldiers also attack. Now when that says after battle restores 20% HP, that's to a friendly unit, right? I believe that's a friendly unit with the lowest HP. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that's how it works. The wording on this one is just terrible. But again, melee soldiers also attack, so they are going to be getting involved too, which is pretty cool. And then you guys know Redemption. I am currently running Discipline, Faith, and Redemption. I do want to switch that up in the future, but that is currently what I'm running, so she's consistently on the heals. So as soon as I hit Redemption, and then if I need to hit Discipline, I can hit Discipline, and then so on and so forth. I could just keep bouncing back between those two, which is not too bad. And every other turn or so forth, I just had to hit a single attack for Faith, but not too big of a deal because she's still going to be healing with Faith passive kicking off. Now let's go into her upgrade class here. Now I could go ahead and pick up Retribution because I have more than enough guild points to pick up this stuff, but like I said, I'm not going to pick this up right now because currently I don't have her built in the AoE manner. Now when we get into equipment here, you are going to see there is a certain way you can build her that she can take advantage of retribution big time. So I am going to be going over that, but for now I'm skipping over on the retribution. For now, I will be picking up in a little bit here. Now her soldiers are not too bad. I feel like her exorcists are extremely good, but you can easily run other units. So when battling against demons, attack increases by 10%. When attacking units other than demons, defense increases by 10%. So you're probably going to see a lot of the defense increase. Do note, when she hits a demon, that demon's dying. I have yet to see my Chris not kill a demon in one shot, just because she just gets so powerful, and then with the type advantage itself, she just becomes very strong with that. So exorcists are very good all the way around, because you're going to get attack increase against demon or defense increase against other units. Highland warriors, not too bad. Attack increased by 5% and damage received reduced by 5%. So this is just a baseline. Very good if you're fighting a lot of greens but you still want to run Chris, because then you can run Highland warriors, which are reds, which is beautiful too. And then you got your basic monks, elite infantry, and so on and so forth. Now you can unlock other units for her, like the Amazon champion here, which is not too bad. When attacking, attack increases by 10%, 30% chance to reduce enemies defense by 20% last one turn. Being a support unit like she is, these units are not bad at all. The Amazon champions are really good for her, so do understand that, guys. Now this is another thing here too, the heavy infantry. Now it says upgrade to Valkyrie to acquire. What that means is I just have to get excuse me, I just have to get the retribution and then one more, and then I'll have the heavy infantry. Now I highly recommend the heavy infantry on her. If you can invest the amount of work into her to go ahead and unlock the heavy infantry, it is 100% worth it. Just because when attacking, soldier attacks increase by 18%. When attacked, soldier's defense increases by 18%. So she plays that safety role all the way around, which is really good. And I completely forgot about the Zealots. Zealots, super good too. They're pretty much your replacement to your exorcist. So if you invest the time, unlock the Zealots. When soldier HP is above 80%, which very easy for her to keep 80% HP, being that support unit, so she's not going to be frontline all the time. For every equipped buff, soldier attack, defense, and magic defense increase by 5% up to 15%. So pretty much activate a fusion power, you're going to get that 15% to kick right off, which is beautiful. So that's attack, defense, and magic defense increase by 15%, guys. So that's really good. Zealots are super good, guys. So if you can unlock them, go ahead and try to unlock them ASAP. Now let's go ahead and get into the equipments. Alright, guys, so with my Chris here, now as you can see, I didn't get to work on her equipment too much. I did get to buff it a little bit here, but nothing too crazy here. I was really focused on her enchantments here, but let's go over it. So we got the Sage Staff. Now what's pretty cool about the Sage Staff is that it's going to increase int plus 4%. When she has increased int, that means she's going to heal more, so do understand that. And her spells, because she does a lot of spells, are going to do a lot more damage based off of that int. Now going into the next here, Demon Lizard Skin, I gave her this because it's going to just give her a little bit more tankiness, which is HP plus 4%. When attacked, 30% chance to deal one random debuff. So just adding to that level of support that she's all about. Now I went with the Emerald Crown because, like I said, a little bit more on that tankiness, defense plus 4%, which is pretty nice. So I do want to upgrade the Emerald Crown and the Sage Staff, but I'll tell you why I haven't done that in a minute here. Now going into the last thing here, which is going to be the Eye of the Beholder. It has gaze, int plus 3%, which is always nice. When attacking after battle, grants a 30% chance to reduce enemies damage dealt by 15% last one turn. So that pretty much means as soon as she hits somebody with her spell, it's gonna have that extra int plus 3% damage. Then what it's gonna do is there's a 30% chance to reduce the enemy's damage dealt for 15%. So if this kicks off and that enemy is still alive and that enemy attacks, he might have 15% reduced damage, which is really good. It just adds to her level of support. Now, the enchantment I went with, and a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, no, don't do that. Well, I'm experimenting. I'm still in heavy levels of experimenting with her enchantments. I went with Full Moon. Now I went with Full Moon because of the 2-piece attack and int plus 5%. That int plus 5% is really nice, so definitely adding to her heals and adding to her damage that she's gonna do. Now when HP is above 80%, all offensive and defensive stats increase by 10%. Very easy to manage the HP above 80% just because, like I said, she is a support unit, so she's always going to be running that back line. Now do note, guys, she can still get in people's face. Now this is why I went with the certain stats I went with on her. So that 80%, the offensive and defensive stats increased by 10% is very good, just because if you want to get in people's faces, yeah, that 10% offense defense stats increase is going to be really good. Now let's see what I went with here. So on the Sage Staff, I got int plus 4%, HP 32, so not too bad. I like that int plus 4%. On the Demon Lizard skin, I did roll an HP 6%. I was going to re-roll that for int, but I was like, you know what, let me keep her so that way she has a little bit more tankiness. And then for the Emerald Crown, I got HP plus 11%, Magic Defense 1%, which is not too bad. I'll take the Magic Defense, but that HP 11% is beautiful. And then on the Eye of the Beholder, I got int plus 4%. So I'm running an int and HP build here. Now, what other enchantment do I recommend? Easily Magic. That is by far the easiest enchantment to put on her. If you want to build your Chris and not be too worried about, oh man, I gotta have her above 80% HP, go with Magic. Why? Because most of the time you're gonna be hitting people with skills, especially if you went the path I went. You're gonna be hitting people with skills, so you're gonna get skill damage increases by 10%, which is a freaking lot. So understand that, guys. And then the AoE increases by an extra 5%. So that AoE is going to come in clutch when I do unlock her Retribution. So as soon as I unlock her Retribution, I'm definitely going to be swapping her over to a Magic set. Now what's pretty easy with Chris too, if you have Lana, you can go ahead and change your gear and switch over with Lana, because Lana runs the same stats, or the same equipment as your girl Chris would. And on top of that, you actually don't really want to run Lana and Chris on the same team unless you're running Princess Faction Team. If you're running Princess Faction Team and that's your main team, then go ahead and leave Lana alone. Don't even look at her. But if you are trying to run the Legion of Glory team, then you can go ahead and take Lana's gear, because she's based off of Magic, and transfer it over to Chris, and you will actually see some beautiful heals and beautiful damage actually coming from her too, because just your Lana should be highly based off of intelligence. So something to think about, guys. But like I like to run the Princess Faction Team a lot, so that's why I'm not really going to touch Lana's gear. But just my recommendations, easily can go with Full Moon or Magic, or even there's one more. What's it gonna be? Crystal. Crystal's not too bad either. You're gonna get defense and magic defense plus 5%. Healing increased by 20%, so that just means her heals are gonna be way stronger. Kind of sucks she's not gonna get the intelligence increase, and you're gonna see a lot less damage from her if you run Crystal. So do understand that, guys. If you want to see that beautiful offensive, that beatdown that she can do, yeah, run her on the attack stats, which are Full Moon and Magic. Now, guys, let's get into the showcase. Alright, guys, so we're in the showcase here. Now before I continue the showcase, guys, I did mess up on one little part, and I'm sorry about that. It happens sometimes, which is going to be Discipline. I thought Discipline heals an ally, but I'm sorry, completely wrong on that. When you proc off Discipline, attacks a single enemy dealing 1.5 times damage. After battle, restores 20% HP. It actually restores her own HP. So if she is weak, then you are definitely going to want to kick off Discipline, so that way she can heal up and do a massive amount of damage, because 1.5 times damage does hit pretty hard. Now I did mess that up in the video earlier part there, so please excuse me on that. But anyways, besides that, we are going to be running her Legion of Glory team here. Now the Legion of Glory team is not too bad. It's supposed to be the PvE monster team. It's supposed to be the team that just can take down everything pretty much. So I've heard. I don't really use this team. Like, this is actually the first time I'm going to use this team just like this. So this is the first time for that. So not too bad. Pretty cool. But just an understanding, guys, that I'm not like some advanced player when it comes to the Legion of Glory team. I love my Princess faction team, and I love my Empire Honors team. But you can easily run Chris on either team. Now, she is in the protagonist team too, which is a very strong team itself too. But would I run them? No, because the units there on the protagonist team just don't mix for me for some reason. But if you have all the protagonists, go for it, because they're not bad at all. Alright, so he procced off ice there, which is beautiful. Now when my Chris goes ahead and attack that unit, instead of him being able to attack me back, he won't be able to. So let's go ahead and have Elwyn chop down this archer here. Beautiful little crits from our boy. And he's of course gonna proc off those heals. Now do note with Chris, she does have a lot of mage skills, but in this case she can't attack like a mage. So do understand that. This is why Full Moon excels a little bit, because when you're not doing any of her skills here, then you do want to go ahead and hit her normal attack here. Now when she does her normal attack, it's gonna heal up Leiden, just because he does he is weak and Faith is going to proc off. So let's see what she got for a normal attack here. Probably not going to do nothing too crazy. 5,700, that's actually really good. Faith procced off, 898 healing. Nothing too crazy, but since that's a passive, that's actually really freaking good. Like, being a passive, I forgot that has no reach. Being a passive, that's actually solid. So I will take that all day, every day. Now let's go ahead and have our... I'm extremely concerned with these flyers right now. Alright, so I don't have to be concerned just yet. Okay, gonna do that. And we're gonna go ahead and heal up our Leiden here. I know that guy's gonna break out his ice next turn. That's a-okay, because our Elwyn should be able to chop him down no problemo. Alright. Okay, the flyers are not moving in just yet, which is perfectly fine. I figured they were going to do that. Let's go ahead and... yeah, we're going to have Elwyn chop this guy down. Beautiful. And then we will start moving up here. And there we go. So, let's go ahead and here. I'm trying to be smart, because this is a much harder mission, so... I can get butchered if I don't play my cards right here. And there we go. Sorry if you guys hear any background noises. It is trash day, so that means we got trash cans coming in and making lots of noise. Alright. He's going to go ahead and attack Elwyn, which is perfectly fine. So this is pretty much how you're going to run Chris, guys. You want to run her in the back here, and you don't want to get her involved too much. She's just going to be there to just butcher enemies when it comes to long range combat, especially with her skills. Now she can get in people's faces, don't get me wrong on that. Like, I'm gonna get in this guy's face right now, which could be very dangerous for her, but since her fusion power is kicked off, beautiful. 4,556 on that crit. Now do note, I didn't activate her discipline there, so she didn't heal afterwards. So that is something to understand, guys, with her. But it doesn't matter, because like I said, she's that support unit, so just getting her in there and activating that. Now another way to play this move here is I could have had my other units attack first, and then if one of them was still alive, then have Chris use her other move, her redemption, I believe it's called, or something like that. I'll tell you guys in a second here. But and then when I use her other move, then it'll heal everybody. So not a bad way to go either. Trying to save Sherry's princess move there for a bit. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and start healing our units up. I would go ahead and use prayer, but I feel like it's a little bit too early for that right now. Still got some hard hitters coming. So you are going to see her skills being used here. Now I should go ahead and pick this up. Yep. Oh, beautiful. Add that to our summons today. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Activate the fusion power here. And then we're going to go ahead and have our boy lead-in right here. Activate Divine Guard. Beautiful. I might switch my lead-in back to his red state, just because I feel like when he fights demons in his Templar state, he's extremely excuse me, he's extremely powerful. But I don't know, I just feel like his red state was just a lot better. Now in that case, I just ate my words there a little bit, because if he was in his red state, he would have got absolutely annihilated. But but I don't know. I'm in a fight right now. I had a talk with one of my guild members, and we were talking about that, and we both feel like his red state is just better. So I don't know. I just know a lot of people, and I mean a lot of you guys, do recommend running him in his Templar state, but I'm just not too sure on that. Alright, so now we gotta be very mindful here, just because that Sherry is very deadly here. I do want to heal up our lead in here, so that way he can tank for us. Alright, so I got it here. Should be fine. We're gonna go ahead and have our... Yeah, she only needs to do this attack, because we can have our Liana here heal up our lead-in. Beautiful. So she's going to heal up herself, which is good, because that's what I wanted here. And then we're going to go ahead and have, for the sake of it, we will activate prayer now, because I know Sherry can hit like a monster. So we want to just be on the safer side here. Now I know he's still got his turn, but I don't know, it might be a mistake if I do this. I might rewind here and then have him attack first. Nah, because then Sherry might still kill me. Ah, so he was able to kill. Okay, cool. And then prayer activates. Nice. Alright, this guy's going to hit a little bit. Okay, not too. I thought he was going to hit hard, but I forgot. The Lancers, the green units, usually don't hit too hard, so. Alright, I'm trying to avoid getting Sherry to kill anybody, just because I know she's going to be able to move again, and I'm trying to save that for the ending there. Alright. I hope this is a good enough showcase for you guys. I mean, with the support units and healers, it's always hard to showcase them, just because they don't really run in the front. They're not in there. They're not in the fight. Well, they're in the fight, but they're not just like... It's very hard to explain here. Alright. I can't reach our lead in there, which is okay, it's fine. Alright, so now this is where it becomes a little bit difficult, just because these two are camping in the back there. So we gotta try to aggro some of these flyers here. Get the flyers to come in. We can start doing some work on them. Alright, go ahead and heal up our lead in here. Beautiful. And then we are going to have lead-in come in here and kick off Divine Guard here. There we go. Okay. So next turn, what I'll do is I'll have Elwyn kick off his fusion power. Of course, it's going to be Jessica. Why not? Alright. So now the flyers have to come in here and go around this wall here. So this is where Chris's AoE move would come in absolutely clutch. But in this case, I do not have her AoE move, so we are going to have Cherry do some work here. Now, I do still have her super good heals, right? So do understand that, guys. So if my units get really low here, then what I could do is I could actually just proc off her mass heals here. Now, I do want to activate this buff here. Okay, we should be able to Okay, we're gonna have... Is this gonna heal him up? No, but it increases his defense, magic defense. So we'll do this just to increase his magic defense and defense here. He's gonna take some deeps there. Okay, so now what I want to do here is I would like to get our Chris here to attack, but she's not in a good position to. And I don't think she can move. She actually can move through that, but she'll just be right in the fight there, and that will probably get her killed. So we're going to be smart about this. We're going to go ahead and heal up lead in here and have him tank more. There we go. Now they're probably going to take down lead in here, but if they don't, that's a-okay. Is he gonna go after Leiden? Okay, he is. That's a-okay. Wow, Leiden is still there. He is still alive. Alright, so now we're gonna use Chris's move here, which is Redemption, I believe. Yep, Redemption here. And that is gonna heal all of our allies up. Even Leiden himself. And then Leiden should get the extra Faith Heal. 4,000 damage, pretty good there. And then Leiden's gonna get the Faith Heal. Boom. Almost bringing him back up to 100% HP. And then she gave the gift there, which is beautiful. And then we could go ahead and do this. And go ahead and have Cherry take down an enemy here. Let's go ahead and skip that. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. And that is game. I forgot we just had to take down Leon. So what I was going to do in my next turn there was I was going to have Sherry just go in front of the enemy there. And then have Chris go ahead and use her discipline on the flyer there so you can see more deeps from her. But that was the perfect way I can showcase her and play her. Just because she's just a very strong support, guys. Just a really strong support. Got a little rewards there. Nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed that showcase and that guide for your girl Chris. The next guide or showcase, guide and showcase is either going to be on Freya or Narm, and then I'm going to do an SSR. Vote down below in the comment section and ask me, guys, who do you think I should be doing my next SSR guide / showcase on? You can go ahead and take a look at my box here and then comment down below and let me know who do you want to see showcased. Let's get into the summons, guys. Alright, so we have 11 crystals, 11 Trinity vouchers here. So pretty much I've just been grinding out some crystals, time rifts, all that other good stuff, and just been trying to get some vouchers so that way I can keep doing my summons every single day. I don't recommend this. I do recommend saving, guys. I'm going in a little bit too deep on this banner, but your boy really wants Zoraida, and I'm very impatient, so I don't want to wait. I am going to be doing singles here, so like I said, again, sorry for the longer video, guys. I know that I've been doing long videos lately, and I don't mean to. It's just sometimes these characters, there's just so much to the characters. There's just so much level of depth to these characters that it's just like I want to cover all of it. Now, I clicked the summon button there again, but I don't like doing that. There's a reason for that, but I won't go into it. Now, what I will do is I will start doing that just to change it up. Like, we got a gold there, so. Sonya, beautiful. I do like that unit a lot. She is a fantastic unit. So hopefully we can get some fire here. I would really like to pull Zoraida in a single just because I feel like that would make my freaking day. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Now do note, guys, I am going to be grinding today, but most likely I probably won't be summoning tomorrow just because my crystals are taking a hit here. So, but the next day after that I should be summoning Aaron. Alright, let's go. Keep it going. Now there is some fire coming tomorrow for Dragon Ball Legends with this summoning coming, so I might be doing some summons on that too. But that game rips me. When it comes to anything Dragon Ball, I love Dragon Ball, but that game just destroys me. Here we go. I'm just getting no single looks here. Kind of sucks. Alright. Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray. We're going to refresh it there and then hit these 4s. I'm a very superstitious person when I summon. Like, I have these certain things I need to do, especially in Dragon Ball Z games. These things I have to do when I summon. Like I have to wear a certain hat or something like that. I don't know. I know some people are like, yeah, I gotta summon on the toilet. That's where I get all my luck. I don't do that, but I should try that. I should, like, do these summons on the toilet and see what happens. Alright, Lard here. Last 2. Are we gonna get lucky? I don't think so, but it happens, guys, you know. I've been here before in other games. It doesn't always feel too great, but it is a thing. Jessica, I gotta start working on my Jessica. And last summon, let's go ahead and refresh it, and we are here. And bam. Boom. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and finish with an R here, which is perfectly fine. We did get 1 SR, so I will take that 100%. It was a Sonya. Can we actually star up her? If we can, that'd be pretty cool. If we can't, sucks. But Sonya here. No, we cannot. She's already at 4-star, not too bad. Now with my Sonya, when I use her, I actually take her gear and I put her I put Leon's gear on her just because it just makes her an animal. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out.